Hello and welcome to Gary's Oriental Cooking. Today we're going to be making some traditional pork steamed buns. And when we first had these, we went up to London, looking around Chinatown, and there was a little vendor on the side selling these little steamed buns. We went up, see what all the fuss was about. There's a bit of a queue there. Had one. Oh, delicious, delicious. Never seen one since down here. So we thought, go out, get some stuff and try making our own. Here's how we did it.
Like the video if you like steamed buns. Hello. Hello.
Okay, today we're going to be making some Chinese pork steamed buns. So to start with, we're going to start making the dough. It's a bit of a special dough. It's got two types of raising agents in it. It's got yeast and baking powder. So first off, you start with 1 pound or about 500 grams of flour, 1.5 tablespoons of instant yeast, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a half teaspoon of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 cup of water, and just a little, about 2 tablespoons of groundnut oil, also known as peanut oil. So first of all, you mix all the dry ingredients together in a bowl, which I'm going to do now. Pause it there, because this is going to take ages. Hello. Right, I've added all the dry ingredients into the mixing bowl. I'm just going to give them a quick mix together, make sure it's all nice and uniform. And whilst I've done that, I've also mixed the oil and the water together in here. And what we're going to do is we're going to slowly add the oil and water mixture to the dry mix until we start to form a nice consistency of dough. So do it bit by bit. Don't want to do it all at once because you might end up with a bit of a sticky mess, and nobody wants that. And once it starts to clump together and you can get your hands in there, start kneading it until you've got a clean bowl when it's all sticking together. Right, as you can see, the dough's now started to come together. It's got a good sort of elasticity. Give it a good poke, that's good. Yep. So I took it out, kneaded it for about 4 to 5 minutes, just making sure it's all nice and uniform. And then we're going to pop it. I've just oiled the bottom of this bowl, and we're just going to roll it around, make sure it's all oiled so that as it's proving for about an hour and a half, it's not going to stick to the bowl. So after about an hour and a half, I'm going to leave it in a warm, dry place. And hopefully that should double in size. Good.
So what are we doing now?
Right, whilst we're waiting for it to prove, which it's doing quite nicely, it's grown quite large already, we've got another sort of half an hour to go. Whilst you wait for that to prove, you can cut out about 16 bits of parchment paper, about 3 inches by 3 inches, and that's what's going to sit on top in the steamer so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And whilst you're waiting, you can mix the rest of the filling, which is about 1 pound of pork mince. You don't want it too lean, you want that fat to give it that juiciness. About 1/4 to 1/2 cup of spring onion or scallions, the same of Chinese cabbage, and then 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I've gone for reduced salt for health reasons. I'm also using mirin, which is a slightly sweeter version of rice wine. You can use rice wine, but this adds a little bit of a sweetness to it, and 1 tablespoon of peanut oil, just to bind it all together. And then we just pop it in and mix it all together. Lovely.
Okay.
Right, here we have the dough. You can see it's now nicely proved. Good elasticity. It's got to about double its size, which is what we want. It's been about, just about 2 hours. What we're going to do now is take that out, and first of all, just going to beat it down a little bit. So you want to get that air that's mixed into it. You still want that fluffiness, but you want to get rid of it for when you roll it out and put the mix in. So that's good. And now divide into 2 equal bits. So that's about right. And you want to roll these out into about 1 foot long or 12-inch rolls at this stage.
Is that your 12 inches or is that 12 inches?
It's a stubby 12 inches. Here you can see the ready-made mix as well, which is smelling delicious. Soy sauce and the rice wine, the mirin. Oh, lovely, lovely.
And these are the squares laid out ready to accept the buns.
Yeah, you can see the steam.
The steam is primed.
It is ready to go. So we want, once all these are done, we want to get them steamed straight away. So right, once we've got it there, we want to cut that into 8 equal pieces, because overall we're making 16 little buns. That, and then each one of these gets rolled into a little ball. So pop them to one side. Roll it into a little ball. So now what we're going to do is roll it out into a little flat disc. So as you're doing this, you're going to take it around the edge, and you want to roll the edges out a little bit thinner than the middle, and that'll stop once you've added your filling. It'll stop the dough being really thin on the bottom and too thick on the side, so you just want to leave a little bit in the middle as you're rolling these out. Starting to look good to me. So now we just want a little bit of the filling, sort of about a spoonful.
A 16th of the filling.
Hopefully, into the middle like that. And then as you bring the edges up, just crimp them together. And as you work anti-clockwise round, just pulling it all together. It's going to be the first one, so it's obviously going to be the worst one. So we'll have another take when we've got this perfected. May have put a little bit too much in. You want to twist that all together, and it should hold itself in place. And it's starting to look something like they should. Here we see the buns. They're not beautiful, but I like to think they look pretty good. What we're going to do is we're going to put 4 on each layer, making sure there's plenty of room between them, because these are going to increase in their size by about 50% again.
Or else you leave the paper in there.
Yep, so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. That, and then these are all going to grow outside again. 4 in there. And then just before we pop the lid on, just going to pop another cloth just over the top, and that's to stop any steam collecting on the top and dripping back down onto the buns, turning them soggy. And there we go, 15 minutes, and they'll look delicious. Right, they've the first batch is out, the second batch is just getting ready to go in. Steam is getting hot. They look good. They've opened up a slight little bit. I think that's just to do with the dough being not quite sticky enough. But have a go. It's feeling good, nice and bouncy. Good texture to it. Put it open. Oh.
So have a look. My phone's not quite focusing. Useless.
And they smell delicious. They taste delicious.
Oh. Well, you have to take my word. They look good. Good inside. And they are cooked. We were a bit sceptical about the time frame, but no, they're very well cooked. Delicious. Well done, Gary.
And I'm going to fill my belly full of them. Very good.
Yeah.